Welcome to Success Secrets Saugerties. I'm Brian Golden, author of Dare to Live Without Limits. In this fascinating 7-part series, 11 real people in various occupations discuss what success means to them. In this episode, each person discusses the following: how did you get started in business, and how do you define success?
My name is Gail Porter and I run iPaddle New York. It's a kayak tour business. I take people out into the creek and the Hudson River and give them instruction and get them started in the kayaking and having fun with kayaking. Well, a year or so ago, I spent a lot of time out in the river and I realized it was so beautiful, absolutely so stunningly beautiful here. And I really couldn't believe that, here I am and not everybody in all of Saugerties was out there. So I started the kayak business for the mere reason that I wanted to get people who had ever thought about paddling, wanted to think about the water, and I'm an ACA certified instructor, so I could give them a little lesson to get them out on the water. So it became almost my mission that teach people to kayak, get them comfortable in the water, and I hope that they fall absolutely in love with it and either go out and get new equipment or rent, just whatever, but get out on the water because it's so beautiful and it's right here. To me, success is when you're doing something you absolutely love and you go out and you spend the whole day doing it and you end up getting paid for it. And other people end up falling in love with it as well.
Hi, my name is Mark Smith. I'm running a small B&B in Saugerties since I retired from a 30-year career at Avon Cosmetics doing package design and product design. I got started in my current business by wanting to do something that I enjoy and also make a little money on the side, but that would be, a side effect. The main thing is I enjoy people and I like to meet new people and enjoy them, and I have a lot of people that come back year after year. I define success as something that you do in your life that you enjoy doing, it gives you fulfillment, and you can gain the benefits from that.
Hi, I'm Peggy Schwartz, owner of Town and Country Liquors in the CVS Mall in Saugerties. We have been here for 35 and a half years. I define success, I guess, on 2 levels: happiness with what I do and financial security. So the fact that I enjoy coming to work, that I know people appreciate us being here, and that I can pay my bills and then some is my definition of success.
Hi, my name's Erica Price from Uniforms USA and Saugerties Performing Arts Factory. Uniforms USA, my husband actually started 25 years ago and he needed a helper, and he said, "Come on in," and I was in. And over the years, we successfully developed the business into a nice business. We employed 20 people, and my husband wanted to get bigger. We were landlocked on partition streets. We couldn't grow up, we couldn't go straight, there was no place to grow. So we looked at buildings, and we found the worst building with the best potential, which is the building we're in now. And that's how Saugerties Performing Arts was found, because I was getting a little bit too stressed at one job, raising kids and day-to-day life and 18 employees. So I took a wheel throwing course, which I found to be very centering. And then one thing led to a next thing, which led to a next thing, which led to it now being a business. I define success by how I feel at the end of the day. Did I accomplish all my goals I set out to do? And was I a good person?
My name is Mike Burhans. I'm Regional General Manager for Local Media Group, which includes the Saugerties Post-Star, Saugerties Penny Saver, Mountain Penny Saver, and a couple publications up in Liberty, New York. I got started in this business, I came out of banking. I was selling in banks and doing a good job, and my career wasn't moving as fast as I wanted it to, so I did what everybody does, and I went online and started looking for jobs, and I interviewed with the Times Herald Record, and they brought me in as a salesperson, and the rest is history. I think everybody would define success their own way. to me, it's a very personal thing. Whatever your metrics are, or where your destination, where you choose for it to go, is where you become successful. So for me, success, if you'd asked me a couple years ago, would look like providing a good home for my son, having a job I enjoy, utilizing the skills that I enjoy using, and just being financially secure. Being able to pay my bills and have fun with my son. So that's how I would define success.
Hi, my name is Carol Stracker. I'm the group fitness director at IXL Rhinebeck and Saugerties. I'm also a part-time professor at Dutchess Community College. I teach group dynamics. I got started teaching fitness because I was taking a lot of fitness classes, and I've always been somebody that feels that health and fitness are really important. I battled weight and keeping my weight down and was overweight for a long time. And so fitness became this natural course in my life, and through taking classes I realized that I could do this. I can do this, and I want to do this, and I wanted to change people's lives. And that's how it started. It was practicing in a basement with my sister-in-law and deciding to take a risk and saying, I'm going to teach the class. I can do just as good of a job, if not better. And that's how it started, a conversation. I define success as the feeling at the end of each day when you know that you've done everything you could to really live the words that you preach, that you've touched people, that you've given it all that you had to give in that day, and that you're actually living what you're preaching. That's success to me. And success is the ability to maintain relationships with integrity, and people can count on you. And that's what success means to me as a mother, as a professor, and as an instructor. I'm accountable.
Hello, my name is Gus Peterson. That's short for Gustav Peterson. I'm a cabinet maker in Saugerties, New York. How did I become a cabinet maker? That's a good story. I ended up going to a trade school and learning electronics and the beginnings of computer systems. Joined the U.S. Navy submarine service, and there's where I learned all of my computers. Got out of the Navy and became a computer systems designer. Started a company building small computers. And I had funding sufficient to put it together. And this is one mistake in my life, is I didn't think big enough. Eventually, the internet bubble burst and we folded. Sat around, felt sorry for myself for about a year. And a guy said, why don't you become a woodworker? Which I thought it was the stupidest, dumbest idea I ever had. I said, I'm going to give it a job. And here's another piece of advice. I said, I'm going to learn this trade, but I'm not going to learn it on my nickel. I'm going to get a job doing whatever it takes at a cabinet shop. So I found a place that dealt with a very high-end thing in Greenwich, Connecticut. It's a cabinet shop, and I convinced them to hire me as a helper. My job was to, in fact, sweep the floor, etc. Just hanging around all of these jobs and all of this stuff, you learn so much more than you do in school. But then after a couple years of doing that, I decided to quit. I've learned enough from there, and I started my own company. Subsequently, I'm now a cabinet maker in Saugerties, New York, and that's where I'm at today. How do you define success? Now that's a good question. And I have to say, my idea of success has radically changed from the time I was in high school, would have been to become an architect, to the Navy, to getting out, getting married, etc., to today. So I think one of the interesting things in success is to be able to reevaluate what is in fact success. Sometimes it's money, sometimes money isn't all the answers, sometimes it's just fun. I'd have to say when I left Wang and came back, my idea was if it ain't fun, don't do it. I made enough money to live and everything else was fun.
My name is Sarah Ostrander. I'm an attorney here at Zweibel and Fairbanks. I got interested in the law at a pretty young age, I would say at some point in high school towards my senior year. I would say I knew that I wanted to be an attorney when I just felt I needed to advocate for those who couldn't advocate for themselves or had a difficult time advocating for themselves. Essentially, I wanted to advocate for the underdog and really fight for those people who needed help. I would say when defining success, it's not defined in the amount of money that you make, it's not defined in the type of office you're in or the kind of car you drive. It's really defined by the people whose lives you touch and the people that you help. And also success is defined over the years by really learning a skill, sharpening your skills, and being the best that you can be in your practice that you work in.
My name is Bob Malkin. I've started a number of businesses which are still going, which is real estate investment, waterfront investment in the Catskill Mountains, which I do vacation rentals on, and I make giant common objects. I have now made a giant Gumby, a giant Plantus Peanuts Man, a giant Pokey, a giant cucumber, a giant Adirondacks chair on the front lawn. I do things that are fun and hopefully make some money. I got started in the real estate investment when I had a store in Soho in New York, Think Big. The lease was up and we approached the landlord about buying the property and we bought the storefront. So that was my first commercial real estate venture, and it's paid off so handsomely and continues to pay off. That led into 9/11. I was underneath both buildings for both planes, and in a panic moved up here to the Woodstock area, Saugerties area, and found a piece of heaven. And that led to discovering that there are waterfalls up here and that you can buy homes with waterfalls, natural waterfalls. And I went crazy about that. We own now 3 houses with waterfalls. Success to me is defined as happiness, having joy at what one's doing, not having to worry about when the next dollar is coming in. Positive cash flow helps. Feeling confident in what you're doing helps. And having a great time.
My name is Ricky Tamayo, and my business is B&B Tamayo. It's a bed and breakfast in the village of Saugerties. My husband and I and 3 other people founded the Saugerties Farmers Market 13 years ago, and it's been growing and going strong ever since then. The bed and breakfast really was an offshoot of opening a restaurant in Saugerties, and we had people driving a long distance to come here, and there weren't any other real places to stay in the village at the time. So regular customers started asking if they could go upstairs and sleep. So we put some rooms together and started bed and breakfast then. Well, for us, success is really, I guess, achieving your goals. A lot of people think of business goals first as financial. For us, it wasn't so much that. It was to be able to work together and create a lifestyle for ourselves when we moved up here from the city. So my husband was a chef, and he always wanted to have a small restaurant. We didn't want to do that in Manhattan, so we moved up here and thought about it as a lifestyle change. So although yes, we needed to earn a living, it was more about creating a lifestyle that we were going to be happy with.
I'm Hazel Sherburne. I am the owner of Dancing Tulip Floral Boutique in Saugerties. The way I started my business was seeing the need in the community. There was no other flower shop in the village, and as I was working at the wine shop across the street, I realized that there was a niche that I could fill, and I decided to go for it. The way I define success is when I get up every morning and I really enjoy going to work. And I know that the work that I'm doing makes people happy and it brings beauty. And I think that's the way I'm defining success these days. It may change next week, I'm not sure.
Thanks for watching this episode of Success Secrets Saugerties. You can watch all 7 episodes at daretolivewithoutlimits.com/success.